y'all remember the eight, I keep saying 2000, the 89 S10, the 2.5 engine. I had wound up diagnosing that. Pulled the head off. I was going to document the process, but I absolutely hate. I'm reminded why I don't like working on old vehicles, because it's just things were engineered in a way that is just not conducive for practicality to the best of our current times. Does that make any sense? So, like, everything is heavy, no plastic intake. That intake is, what is this? I don't know if it's cast or whatever. Hold on one second. Let's see. Yeah, it's a cast aluminum. That thing is heavy. That is very heavy. This is yeah, cast aluminum. There's some metal stuff on here, but yeah, this, of course, the block is cast iron, but this is heavy. You know, having the luxury of pulling off an intake, was elevating the head and getting your hands around the bolts and stuff. I hated it. Anyway, here we are. We diagnosed it. Number 3 had a little bit of coolant intrusion. We can see it around here. 2 was the worst. It was a swimming pool. You can see how bad that is. And then 1 did have a little bit of warpage and had indication of a blown head gasket too. But 2 was the worst one. Now, it don't seem like the block or anything is going to be cracked. Come over to the head here. Here's cylinder 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we can see there was a little bit of coolant intrusion on 1. 2 was the worst. See how rusted that is. 3 we had a little bit. Now, mind you, he said the head gasket was done some point in time a while ago. I hate these. Where is this? Yeah, down here. So this probably came from me taking it off, but it is ruptured a little bit. I don't know if it just flicks and it had broken, but this is like a Felpro gasket. You can see that design there, color scheme. And Felpro is going back on here, but with this, what I'm gonna do, I'm putting new head bolts and everything in there too. I don't know where this came from. This is what's bothering me. I pulled the stuff down and I seen this. I'm like, where did this go? It don't seem like it going anywhere vital. Wasn't sure if it went anywhere on the valves, anything keeper wise. I was looking around. I don't know where this go. Somebody probably a lot smarter than me can tell me. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and get this dropped off at the machine shop. This is a heavy cast iron head, and the luxury of having aluminum stuff, very light. I swear this weighed double of a current modern day head. So we're gonna get this dropped off, get it magnafluxed, pressure tested, make sure everything's fine, and I'm gonna shut down again and just get it back installed in reverse order, because I can't begin to tell you, I absolutely, because I hated it, because some of the stuff was breaking, like the housing here for the alternator bracket that was broke. There's an ear that was broken there. I'm like, man, what in the world I'm dealing with? There were just a lot of unnecessary things in unnecessary places, and this could have been like easy. Like the ground wires back there, why are they like stuck so far back? You know, why are they so difficult to access? So what I did when I tried to do it like a modern day head, I got the head gasket off and I put a coolant jug in there to support the head and got my hands under there and got the bolts off. So that came out no problem. The valve cover, quart style gasket, that was ruptured, so that's why all that oil was leaking up there and the bolts were loose. So all that's getting replaced, and definitely gonna get this water pump replaced. So I just wanted to give you an update what I currently got going on, what I'm witnessing, because I would have probably kicked myself for not filming this. I'm gonna get this stuff cleaned up at some point in time in the future. Run to the cylinder head specialist up here, and we'll just see what it looks like when I get it back running. I'll update if I need to. But this is where we are. It's been a month since I originally diagnosed this truck here. Remember, this was the one that had the coolant, like a horrible coolant intrusion into cylinder 2. I mean, it was just pushing out. I will put that link in the description for that video when I diagnosed it. Okay, so what had to happen on the original place I typically use for machining, they had the head. We were gonna shave it, pressure test it and stuff, but they did find cracks. So whoever in the comment section mentioned that these heads were notoriously known for cracking, you were exactly right. And that's where the issue came into play. So I had to find a place that can weld the cracks in the head. I found somewhere in Texas, but I wanted to do somewhere local, and I found somewhere here in North Carolina that actually weld heads. It was somewhere in Gibson, North Carolina. And I mean, they did an okay job. I'm not disappointed. I should have showed you, but I'm gonna be honest, I didn't think about doing an update video, just to be 100% transparent. I just wanted to get this done with and out of the way because I got other vehicles. But here we are. They did a great job doing the head, painted it. There was about 4 cracks in the head by the valves. They shaved it, and new valve seals, valve job. And I don't know if I mentioned, but the cracks were right there by the valve seat. So it was like hairline fracture cracks. Like I said, if I would have known I was going to do an update video, I would have recorded all that stuff. I just need to get this done. So I got everything thrown together. I was just picking at things here and there over the course of a few days. We're at the point where it can start. I do have the fuel lines tight, all the necessary vacuum lines hooked up. I got new spark plugs, new water pump. That's brand new. The YouTube short was me cleaning this thermostat housing, getting all the old glue that the last fella did when they did the head gasket a couple years ago. They put just red sealant everywhere. That's gone. And I got just a whole head gasket set, new intake gasket, exhaust manifold gasket, head gasket, all that fancy stuff. So everything that I removed got replaced. And of course we got valve covers. It's got that cork crap. God, I'm so glad we don't use those today. Fuel line's tight. The map sensor, all the basic necessities for the intake. The fuel injector is hooked up because the throttle body injector. Coolant temp sender, coolant temp sensor. And I got the battery charged up. I just don't have the battery hooked up. So that's hooked up now. Only thing left is to start up. I got oil in it. I'm gonna triple check that. We're 100% full on oil. I threw the whole gallon in there. So let's see what happens. First startup. That hit the first time. As soon as I turned the key, I promise you, that was the first hit. I did not start this up ever. That was good. Damn. The guys that did the head was it was, like I said, it was in Gibson. It was something in Johnson and Tippin. I think that's the name of it. But they wound up doing it. And like I said, I'm not disappointed. I just don't like the fact that they painted the surface area where the head gasket material will be. Now, it's not a big deal, not at all a big deal, but I was like, why would they paint that? But at the same time, the head gasket has to sit in the composite style gasket, so it's not a big deal, trust me. But that's good. Start it up, see if the oil's moving. Yeah, the oil's at the top there. I'm gonna start it up real quick and just put my head down in there, make sure the oil's moving at the top of it. Cool. All right, I'm not disappointed. Oil's moving. It has great compression. Don't seem like anything's coming out the cooling system here. I didn't see any smoke coming out of here. And I'm going to trust the fact that, you know, we obviously didn't have any cracked head. Trust their pressure test. Trust my judgment on the block. There was no issues, and we just saw it was just a blown head gasket. That's all it was. And unfortunately, we did have some cracks in the cylinder head. They got replaced. The only way to know this head is going to just survive is to stand up the test of time here. So I'm gonna let this ride out. This is just some basic cosmetic stuff I got to put back, the accessories, and unfortunately that back bracket was broken. Got to put that back, put all this stuff back together. But the main thing is I can move it in and out. I got another case I have to diagnose real quick. He's not rushing with this car. I did my part getting it running, and I just got to neaten everything up, and he'll be good to go. Triple check my work. So, all right, let's see what happens. But if anything happens, I'll definitely update. Hit that link, subscribe to the channel, stay informed, head over to my work. I'll see you next one.